What's good, y'all? This is Charles. I am Brandon Madison of Nexxlegacy Radio, and I'm just glad I got some folks here rocking with me, so we can talk about hip hop, a lot of different things, and the music and the culture, everything. Like, if people don't know, or if they are in need of getting to know people that has like a plethora of historic just not just swag about themselves, but they carry it the way they see fit and how they got it going on and stuff like that. I mean, we're gonna talk about the prototype, we're gonna talk about all things. So this is a special Next Legacy salute to some of these iconic guys out here getting it in. And we got my man who tapped in too. So we all here right now. Like,
We
it's
here,
all one
okay,
love
okay,
here.
boss
Hey,
Salini.
we here.
What's
Perfect
up?
timing. Perfect timing. Funkytown Pros in the building. What's up, fellas?
What's up
Yes,
with it,
sir.
Charlie
Hey,
Mack?
what it do? What it do?
Good.
FTP in the house.
Hey,
Hmm.
hey, hey,
Nice.
hey, hey. I
It's
appreciate
like,
I appreciate all of y'all with the tap in and stuff like that. So I mean, I guess I could start by going down the list of folks that's here for the folks that don't know who y'all are and trying to get to know y'all. So introduce yourselves. K Born, I'll start with you.
My name is K Born, 1/6 of the legendary Funkytown Pros. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited.
next, I'll say Dev, the rhythm fluctuator, Funkytown Pros. Yes, sir.
What's up? I'm Superman Slaughter, Funky Town Pros, number one affiliate from day one, 1985.
H2 Bars, Funky Town Pros, original member up here. Peace to the family.
Peace.
I'm
Shout
glad
out
y'all here,
one.
family, and we're gonna dedicate this to a fallen comrade, somebody in y'all circle who passed away, right? So we're gonna start off by doing something in memory of him. So anybody that want to tap in and just kind of talk about who this man was and how he meant to y'all and stuff like that, definitely have the floor before we kickstart everything.
Who wants to go first?
I'll
You can
start
start.
it up. When I met Boy Wonder, the impact he made on my life was so significant and everything. And just a solid dude, a good son. Turned out to be a great father, a good friend, a good brother. He's definitely a prophetic MC, definitely cerebral, definitely somebody that when we met each other, we said to each other we was gonna change the world. So I'm proud to be a friend of Boy Wonder right
I'll hop up in there. I met Boy Wonder. I was breakdancing with his little brother, which is like 1 year older than me. Wonder's 3 years older than me. And I was always just doing the extra one home bruises on the elbows, knees, shoulders. Wanda came out there and he would just stop and he'd be looking and looking at everybody. And he was like, man, hey, man, something about you, man. Like, I'm gonna start kicking it with you. So we both used to listen to the K-Day Mixmaster show and KGFJ. Uh, that was the Uncle Jam Army show. So both got interested in DJing and I had all these little turntable systems. They had like turned volume. So we would hook all that up and we would be scratching like a mixer fader. We was using like stereo volumes. We was learning to do that so good. By the time we got a real mixer, we was like a little ahead of our time. Incredible. So we started DJing first. Then it moved on. Wonder started rapping, and he was super good. Right after that, I started rapping. And we just had sort of like this gift, and we were a little bit different from the norm of the LA style rapper at that time.
Four. H.
Yeah, I mean, in regards to one, I got brought in through manslaughter. We went to high school together. I was like the local, killer MC man came to the school, and I immediately when he started busting, I knew something was like different about this brother. Then he came to school a couple of days later, and he brings a tape with with this production on it with him and K Born and Free, and I'm like, man, what the hell is this? And then, you know, listening to like the first version of White Green, you know what I'm saying? And when I heard Wonder and K, you know, I just knew these brothers were something, you know, I needed to be a part of the camp, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Wonder definitely impacted me in a way that just, you know, he was the total package. You know, him and Dev was so polished at a young age. I mean, these brothers were geniuses. They taught themselves how to engineer, and, you know, Manslaughter with the DJ, and all these brothers are self-taught. You know, K Born was already a master rapper when I met him, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the crew's just a phenomenal group of talented artists, man.
Yeah, I met Wonder. You know, we've been friends for a long time. Met him in Manslaughter, you know, like they say, back in the late 80s. And you know, started DJing. But when we met, I was already DJing, they were DJing. But we used to always talk about, I was living on one side of town, they was on another side of town, and they was always talking about us getting together from a mutual friend. My sister, well, my brother and his brother were married to two sisters, and that's how we wound up meeting each other. And you know, when we got together, it just happened naturally. It wasn't any like, well, I'm gonna do this, you do this, and Manslaughter, you do that, and I'll do that. It just came together. We started DJing and started producing. They were rhyming, and you know, that's like just a brief history. I don't want to hold you up too much on that.
What it do, Romance? I see you chimed in, Romance. That's Boy Wonder's big brother. Rest in peace.
Yeah, and the tap in is real because I wanted to start it off with that and dedicating this one to him because I know he was impactful in not just the lives that you know your lives, but others as well. And I think it's important as we talk about, you know, the culture of music, hip hop, and more. I think we need to start off with that, but I mean, fellas, strap yourselves in because we're gonna start talking about a couple of things that I know is gonna probably tug on your heartstrings or make you feel a certain way. But um, as we roll through this, I wanna say that the culture of let's just put hip hop in the front and center. Um, and Manslaughter, you talked a little bit about, you know, recording, like, you know, spending time doing some recording and how, you know, how much y'all carried memories. Hip hop's always been like that, y'all. Like, it's always been like that. And somewhere along the line, we all know, like, you know, it got a little different. It got a little commercial. It got a little, you know, a little too underground. Some people would say it just got, you know, it changed. So I want to start off top, with K Born. Like, the culture of hip hop has changed. But you feel like you have to change with it.
What was the? I couldn't hear you. What was the question?
The culture of hip hop has changed, but do you feel like you got to change with that as well?
Well, yeah, to a certain extent, you do. But as far as where we at today, I have a philosophy where I just have to be better than young K Born. If I'm better than young K Born, I'm pretty much ahead of the game. But as far as changing, that's pretty tricky because a lot of people do try to contort with the new sound and they'll fail with it because you clash in two different sonics and two different generations. I think you just gotta do the best you can do as far as what you can do. As an MC, as an artist, as a B-boy, as a DJ, as a producer, you tap into what makes you great, and then people will gravitate that to you. With that being said, no one ever saw that. So I believe you do have to change to a certain extent because the technology changes. So you're going to have to kind of change and sway with the tech. As far as your integrity, as far as your pen game, as far as your sound, as far as what you're trying to do, you just have to convey it the same, you know, not the same way, but you have to convey it better than you did when you started, I believe.
Deb, what are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? So let me make sure I reiterate the question one more time and make sure I fully understand the question.
Just the changing of hip hop over the course of, you know, since you remember being a b-boy or a hip hop guy yourself, like, You know, I feel like it's evolved to a point where sometimes I recognize it, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on top of what Bourne said in regards to just changing with the times? Do you got to change with it? Do you feel like you should?
No. Well, this is the real life question. Real life answer to that is, you know, if you apply real life to it, you don't change with the times, but you do adjust.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the reality. Anybody tell you, nah, I'm gonna stay like this, I ain't gonna change. Yeah, you're probably not gonna make it. Probably
Yeah,
not gonna be, you know, because the reality is, you know, it's like the saying, they'll tell you, women, you know, want you to become this, and then men want to stay the same and all that stuff. That's not true. A real man will adjust. He will hold certain ground rules, but he will adjust. And a woman wants you to elevate, not totally change, right? Because we had these funny sayings, but to me, without going into all that, hip hop is you got to evolve. You got to evolve with the times, right? I don't have to become what is going on now, but I do have to. I can't use the exact same sound that I used in '85
no doubt.
and think I'm gonna be relevant now. It's just
I
not gonna
like that.
work.
I like
You know?
that word, adjustments, to make the
So
adjustments.
that's my
No
short.
doubt. No doubt. Manslaughter, what are your thoughts, bro?
Well, as far as I go, man, I like to trick them. I like to get in there and say one little key word and get them. And once I got them locked in, I go into my stuff on them. And I go back and forth. And then once I know I got them, then I'll pop off that reel and I mix it together. That's how you stay in tune. It's certain words that in this time is just old and outdated. You say one of them words, ain't nobody trying to hear you locked in. You gotta know, and some people just don't, and some do. You gotta know these secrets. I feel Nas, he's one of them that knows. He knows how to stay him at the same time. He knows how to fashion his styles and be up to date with the genre and the verbiage of what's going on today.
Right. H.
In regards to changing with the times, I mean, I think that, you know, we are all about intelligence, and you know what I'm saying, and I think that that's what puts us ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? Our ideas are what makes us doper than the average dude. So we never really, well, I don't even think about that, because I feel like my crew's outside of time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're timeless, we're classic. It's never outdated. So we never, Wonder used to say, a trend ain't within. So we just built on not following trends and being trailblazers instead of followers.
I think the adjustment to the culture is fine. I mean, I grew up with y'all. I mean, you know, we all roughly around the same age. We know how important the culture of hip hop meant to at least, you know, me and y'all. Like y'all got your own stories. But I know music, and to a certain degree, at one point in time, was all I had. You know what I mean? Like growth and experience and just, you know, the conversations or real conversations was all I had. Chaos, and then there was music, which was calm in my book, right? So the adjustment, I get it. I will never ever conform though. Like I don't want to be like them. I'm gonna still be me,
Right.
make my adjustments, and make sure that I pay it forward in such a way. Like in a lot of ways, and I just want y'all to take a moment in a sec to make sure y'all get flowers as well for the contributions y'all had in music in this culture as well. But to me, there has to be a happy medium. I understand this is new. I understand this is a quote unquote trending or whatever the hell it is, right? But where is the legacy tracks or whatever? Don't make it just because you feel like, you know, it's the end thing. Do you really and truly feel like you got to do this?
Right.
Do it your way at the end of the day. But I see a lot of people do a lot of different things because they feel like they need to do it instead of, right? So I just need to throw that out there because to me, I always saw, you know, I
Can I tap in
tap
on that?
in,
I
tap
love
in.
the adjustments, and what Dev said, also what H2 Boss said. One thing about intelligence, it never plays out.
Right.
You never
Fact.
have to make adjustments for intelligence, right? But as far as the tech and the sound and the sonics and stuff like that, we make adjustments, and we could stand our ground. But at the let me see. At the same time, I totally got a brain fart. So, but it was with the intelligence and it was the adjustments. But, you know, basically, like I said, is if you do the best that you can do, that's what it's really about. Kids is going to create new sounds. Oh, what I wanted to say was, of course, there was going to always be change. We accept that. That's what makes it easy to make the adjustments, because you got to realize we was part of the change too.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? All of us, you know, from all the points from Sugar Hill Gang to this point to NLE Chop, it's always going to be changes. So we was part of the change too. So being part of the change, you accept that challenge.
No doubt. And I want to. Oh, go ahead, Dev.
Adjustments, right? We used to rock Audi 5000s, right? You can't rock that same car right now, right? You got to get the newer
Got
version.
one parked
You can
right
still
here.
do you, right? You can be you,
Yeah.
but you still have to adjust, right? You got a 12 SB 1200. You got to put it on a different board unless you go buy the board that you had back then. But still, when you put the music out, you got to adjust. The sampling rate of a 1200 now is not quite as what you need to make it. You have to run it through all of these different systems and all that. You got to adjust. You can still be you. You can be classic. If you're dope, you're dope. But you're still gonna have to adjust, in my opinion. That's what I meant by adjustment,
Oh
not
yeah,
change.
yeah. I mean, that makes mad sense though. Just mainly because, I mean, I do miss those days of just lugging those records, trying to be a DJ and just, open, flipping them getting in them crates and doing them things or whatever. Like I miss those days because it comes with memories, right? So we all remember where we been to where we're at now. And if you can't grow or evolve off that shit, then that's different. But I wanna tap in and ask, just I mean, not even ask, but just give y'all a moment to spin the block with your resume and just talk about how much of an impact that you've made in the culture of music. And I'll start with H because some people probably just getting to know you for the first time. Some people probably know you from, your history. So tell a little bit about your history and some of your accomplishments in this business.
Well, my name is H2 Boss from the Funkytown Pros. Started rhyming way back in like 86, 87. You know what I'm saying? Came up under some dope street rappers in LA, affiliated with DJ Khalil and Chase Infinite. That's my family outside of this family. I'm kind of like the conduit between, families out here where, what I'm saying, I got, my people over there, and I got my pro brothers who pretty much trained me on how to be an MC and how to walk. You dig? Train me on purpose on what an MC is. This crew is founded on DJs, but we battle rappers. That's the foundation. With battle MCs, and that's what I think sometimes people don't really quite understand what that means. That means we're on the level of Eminem and cast like that. You know what I'm saying? Black Thought, Most Def, Chill Rob G, the Flavor Unit, cast like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think that we're bringing back into the game unapologetically. Just bringing that balance back to let cats know that LA is not just gangster rap. Peace to those brothers, but we are foundational pillars in this game. You know what I'm saying? And Boy Wonder was revered by the most, by Tupac, and all them brothers loved him. You know what I'm saying? And his battle game, I don't think at the time, I don't think nobody in LA could deal with him. Period.
It's heavy competition, especially with you carry a lot of history along with that as well. So that's a lot of respect there. Manslaughter, just spin the block with your resume, bro.
Oh man, like I said, man, I started DJing and messing around the turntables at 9 years old, and it's like I was born to do it, man. Like I don't care about basketball, football. People come up to me, look at my physical. Who won the fight last night? Who fought? I don't know. I don't know.
My G,
Musical word, alien in my own, life. And
body smack.
yeah, man. So yeah, man, me and Wonder, I just get home from school, Wonder walk down, and we'd be in that room. Sometimes he'd bring his turntables, we'd have 4 going, and we'd just everything music, man. We'll put on well, we was before that. As well, it was like when Big Daddy Kane, even Rakim, they were new school for us. We was
Yeah.
learning their styles, like, damn, this is different. And Big Daddy Kane came off with that Get Into It. He was rapping off the beat. We was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So
Get
and we would
involved.
battle. I would take Rakim, and sometimes Wonder would take Big Daddy Kane, and we would battle them. We'd play both albums, listen to every word. Like, it's another thing. We didn't like people talking, or if one person say something in the middle, like, man, hold up, you missed the word. We'll rewind it. All that was important. And you know, everything was music to me, man. Going to different schools, looking for who was the best MC, battle them, hop the fence, ditching to go battle rappers. That was life for me, man. You know,
A lot of memories attached to that thing too, though. I love it. I love it. Dad, what's up, bro?
Resume. Or um, started with the pros, working with with Wonder and Man, K1, Free, H2. Worked on all their records, all their albums. Over the time, I've did a few TV shows, a couple of commercials, a movie. Worked with little dism engineering and stuff with Tyrese. Uh, yeah, Casey and JoJo on one of the songs for stuff that I did with Cali's Finest. Cali's Finest. Shout out to my boy Big G, another group that
Peace, Big
Wonder
G.
was in.
peace.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. I could name the particular movie and all that stuff, but that's me.
Modest guy. I get it. I get it. K-Born, what's up, bro?
Well, it started with me. I came out here, spring break, 1987, young, open. I used to freestyle a lot. Hit the ground running, met the right people, start going to every party, every club. I done battled everybody in LA. My first battle was Dazzy D and Sir Jinx from CIA. Lit them up, lit those dudes up. A lot of battles. I started writing songs with this dude, my boy Mike. He lived on St. Andrews in '89. And he taught me how to write songs. He taught me how to put my freestyles into songs. And then later on, I went to Rage Records. I did my first demo with Julio G and Tony G. They was mixed masters from K-Day. I wrote for a lot of G-Spot MCs, a lot of Mexican MCs out there for G-Spot, Kid Frost, The Gambit, the whole cross, the whole thing. I became good friends with Dr. Ice from UTFO. He went solo. I was 17. I helped him write the Mike Stalker album. He took me around. I got better with Dr. Ice, and then eventually, maybe like 8 months later, paid this guy to get to Bobcat. Bobcat's manager. Bobcat was fresh off of LL Cool J. I'm Bad, producing it and writing I Need Love and I'm Bad for LL. I got into Bobcat. Bobcat actually took me into Paramount Recording Studios, took me to Echo Sounds, Cherokee, West Lakes, Larry B. So I was kind of horned my style before coming to the pros. I was pretty much at that time. A lot of people would probably think, you probably in them days you going through the gambit. A lot of people know you. I was like a ghetto celebrity. So I was a ghetto celebrity. I met these guys in '88, 1990. We get a record deal. You know what I'm saying? And then '91 the album's released, and then it's much more story after that. But that's pretty much the start of. And I gotta give a shout out to my guys in Jersey, Shaquan and Shot Skills, probably two of the best rappers I ever heard in my life. Probably two of the best rappers I ever heard in my life. And if I only had a top 5, I really got a top 2. I really got a top 1 because it's myself, Boy Wonder, Shot Skills, and Shaquan. So, yeah, definitely give a shout out to those dudes in Brick City because they definitely they made me the person who I am. So everybody I went across, it was definitely a journey. So I was kind of like the Pee Wee Herman of hip hop, low key, no pun intended. But I was kind of like everywhere. I seen a lot of shit and I learned, and I consider myself like to be the 6th deadly venom. It's the 5 deadly venoms, but it was the young dude that learned from all 5 of the venoms and took on. I had this trait where I was able to absorb and try to become better. That was my main goal. So that's just up to date to 91 to the release.
One of the things, the reason why I wanted y'all to spin the block with your resume, and as modest as y'all are, because I hear it coming from all of y'all. Y'all talk it, but talking about yourselves can be a little, it can be a little awkward a little bit though sometimes. But I think it's important because people miss this type of history when it comes to like the resume. As modest as we all are, I mean, your resume is your resume. And H, you said something that was important earlier, where you said that LA rappers is not all gangster rappers, and I think that's the truth because to me, how we talked about earlier, as far as evolving or evolution and adjusting, I guess we could say we adjusted to a lot of shit growing up. Like, I mean, but let's just keep it a buck too. Even when Grandmaster Flash and them was doing the message. I mean, we still got a modern day version of that message that's still going on right now in this day and age and shit like that. So, it's a lot that a lot of people tend to miss.
Yeah, man. But
go ahead, bro.
I'll just add to that. Yeah, man, it's corporate. You know what I'm saying? The corporate mind got behind the negative aspect, and they pushed the gangster rap. And to me, it's like Order 66 in Star Wars when they put out Order 66 and they killed all the Jedis and nothing but Sith was left. So that's what pretty much, in my opinion, what happened not only on the West Coast, it happened on the East Coast too. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened to Tribe Called Quest and Native Tongues and that whole move, X-Clan, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was a push for them to highlight the ignorant class. And we were not. We were intelligent MCs and, DJs. We really for the art. My brother Manslaughter, Freestyle, who ain't on here, he's like he's a purist. You know what I'm saying? But going back to what we talking about, there was a corporate agenda to extinguish that flame. So it made it hard for us to adjust in that moment when it happened. You know what I'm saying? Because Wonder's album, till this day, like you put that album on right now, that music stands the test of time. It's magnificent, man. And there's a reason, because the spirit of what was happening and what my brothers was putting out there was pure. It was unfiltered. They were allowed to be artists, and you know what I'm saying, and they brought forth something that changed the game.
Why do you, I mean, corporate 100% right. I feel like, once that got in and people need to make money, I mean, it needed to get that exposure. I get all that stuff. But somewhere along the line, they took it and they did it in an image where it was cool for us for a minute and then it wasn't. And then financially, let's not even go there, but then let's still go there and say that there's still a heavy problem with it. Not just the way music is money is made through music, but just in general in terms of a legacy. Like the shit y'all did should be enough to be able to like pass that on to like your kids and your kids' kids and shit like that in terms of, but somewhere along the line, it got stale and got stagnant and it got just about the corporate side and it sucks. And I'm just going to publicly put that out there. There should be more for people like y'all who have did so much for this culture to literally, it's not just earning a bag, but it's just preserving a legacy that I feel like, the next 100 years when y'all go, y'all kids is gonna eat off this.
Yeah. Was that a
or even
just continue on, just dive in.
even better than that, 100 years from now, somebody else's children could look back and take what we did and take it to another level.
Right.
Opposed to, you know what I mean? Like it's like when you say corporate it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's both. You know what I mean? Because like you said, people gonna want to, like I heard Lior say, I gotta put my kids through college.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really care about the damage they doing. They don't care about the damage that they doing to the listener, right? So with the culture, hip hop was something pure before industry got to it, but industry got to it in the early 70s, the late 70s. They already had their hold in it. So I don't know if they glorify the streets, but if you can make some money from it, if you put out, I was talking to Legend from Soul Brothers today, and he was talking about how Rakim put out The Ghetto. Incredible song. And then it got eclipsed by Too Short's Ghetto, because they dropped it like around the same time, if anybody remember. And it's just that what the people gravitate to. Too Short's going to hit them with the thick bass, the Bay Area slap. Rakim is going to hit them with the break beats, the boom bap with a funky bass line as well. But it's too much to digest for some part. You know, I don't think corporations they don't want to take the time to find that audience. I think they find it easier to find, if you make a love ballad, it's easier to find a bunch of women. If you make a gangster rap, to them it's easier to find a bunch of gangsters. But then when you come from the cerebral and you come from a point of, you know, you dealing with similes and you know, and all types of, and you're very analytical with it, they find it more complex to find that particular crowd. But there's a lot of people out there. In the times, the industry and the corporate has to make the adjustments for the change too. We're in a different future. We're in a different time. We have a unique opportunity to have a legacy, to have a lineage, to be part of the West Coast history, and we also have that opportunity to do new artists, for new audience.
So, I'll say one more thing, y'all, real quick. Okay, so what we're talking about, right? Before I lose a train of thought, when we talked about corporate, all this stuff, we know the industry changed, corporate got in, there was corporate greed. We wanted to bring in the more ignorant part of rap and music and all that stuff, right?
Right.
But when we talk about changing, right, adjustments, all this other stuff, because that seems to become the buzzword. When these guys came in, when these corporations came in and all this stuff came in, they brought a certain element of including the neighborhood, the regular people. They did things where they threw clubs and parties for just, hey, come on in. Some of it was free. Hey, this was going on over here. Nothing to do with corporate, right? Had the super conscious, as they called us, the intelligent rap, us guys, we had standoff crews. We had we had our own gates, right? You had to be a certain level of intelligence, a certain level of this, that, and the other just to get in. Okay, but when they started doing that, had we changed or added to or whatever we want to make the word to what we were doing, made it more inclusive, start letting other people in, throwing certain events that allowed other people to come in, that might have changed things, if you understand what I'm saying. Maybe I sound crazy to everybody, maybe I don't. But
Nah, you're right.
if
You know what?
Jay-Z's throwing a party, well, real quick, let me just say that I'm not knocking anybody. But if Jay-Z's throwing a boat party with his own money, right? We didn't have to do a boat party. We wasn't throwing any parties for anybody. We was kind of just selfish for our own stuff. And we did not change. We was like, either you get to here, you come to our level, or we just, whatever. We could have reached out a little bit, that's just my personal opinion.
Real quick, I think corporate and I think hip hop could have had a beautiful relationship. To some artists, corporate and hip hop had a beautiful relationship. But as far as a whole, yeah. I think the messed up part about the corporation was, it's like I signed a contract with RCA, right? Say I signed a contract today. I signed a contract with RCA. You could walk into the company, if you upset, you could say, hey, I want to leave. But they could tell you, no, you're not going nowhere. they're going to either work your record or they're going to shelf you. Now, if a record company doesn't want to have nothing to do with you, they could say, oh, we dropped K Born. See, that's not fair. That's where the unscrupulous behavior becomes. That contract is kind of like one-sided. I can't leave the contract, but they can cut the contract. You understand what I'm saying? That's one aspect of the industry on top of, I think it's more so in the recoup factor in it. If you was lucky enough to get $1, right? You get $1 a record. So you get $1 a record. You sell it, you get in your budget. By the time the video come out, you owe $1.5 million. You got a video, everything went through. The album only went platinum. You still owe them $500,000. They make tens of millions of dollars, and you still in the hole. And then they give you another advance and put you deeper in the hole. I think that's where the corporation part will make it because if you sign a deal and a few months later, you're going to be talking to legal, you're going to be talking to somebody cut a check. It's crazy how it is. And I think just the corporate side of it makes it an unruly situation. So some people found a great marriage and some people found a divorce in it. But I do think corporate perpetuated a lot of stuff. And they basically, with the power of being a machine, they control the narrative.
One last thing I'll say about that. Corporation, all that, it's like, it's who controls it, right? Because none of the people that was putting out the contracts for us at that time and up until now have our best interests in it. It's who has the contract. So corporate is some pretty foul people. And yeah, they rather the negativity than the more positive, I would say.
And Slaughter and H, before y'all tap in, let me throw in this out there because as much as we talk about corporate and corporate, I feel like it's been they've been let me keep it true. They've been corrupt for a long time. Let's just be real about that though. Like I feel like because I heard stories from what I'm saying, Hitsville and Motown and you know what I mean? Like it's crazy how the cycle has never changed. The corporate people have found like, oh, this is this new hit niche right here. Let me tap into it. Oh, we found hip hop. Let's blow it up. Oh, it's gonna make this amount of money. Let's just give them this is not what they saying, but this is really what they mean. Let's just give them a little bit because they ain't got nothing right now anyways. You know what I mean? Let's just give them that. You know what I'm saying? And we embraced it because you know what? Thinking that it's not just a pot of gold at the end of the day. It's really about, you know what? My music is being heard, so my legacy should be preserved. So I might have to get a little sappy deal, but I can get in the door so I can be able to do more with it. And I think that's where it failed was because of what you said, Born, about, you know what? I feel like that one deal, I should be able to renegotiate and re-up and do this, and this if I'm successful. But it never happened in most cases. But correct me if I'm wrong. The celebration of a lot of people doing a lot of shit right now is probably 1%. I could be wrong, but it could be 1% of us who really made it, where their music is literally making them financially stable and to a degree. So throwing out this conversation out there, Slaughter and H, and Slaughter, you can go with this too. Just how do you, I mean, corporate, you kind of need them, but then you don't. But then at the same time, we're empowered to be able to do more ourselves, but we don't get the same kind of love because
they got the machine.
And there you go. So Slaughter and then H take it. But what are y'all thoughts? Jump in.
Well, I agree with Kay, and I also agree with Dev. And I was always the young gunner, man. Like, shit, I hop off a bike. I was a kid, man. I was 14 making songs. I hop off my bike, just threw a dirt rock, dodged one, and walk right into the studio with these bros. And they had record deals. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had no record deal, so I just be there and watching and absorbing. But we wouldn't change. That's the thing. We was pros, and our gifts came naturally. Like I said, I would walk in sometimes to the studio with my friends with grass on knee spots because I was breakdancing and throwing dirt rock and turned into a man on that microphone. So my thing was more of an execution. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even see it sometimes. My friends would be just standing on the wall like, the hell did he just do that? They let him in. Like but they can't come in, you know what I'm saying? To that level. But as far as the corporate thing, to me and H, we had a it's sort of like we had that Big Mac thing that Craig,
Black
Mac
Mac
and
Biggie.
Biggie had before them. We well actually it was like right after that. We walked into his office hard as hell. I could bust lyrics for that shit right now. Incredible. We walked in and this dude told us, I ain't gonna say his name, but he was like, oh, that Biggie, that BIG, that's what we want right now. That's the type of like, but everybody don't live, everybody ain't a drug dealer. Everybody ain't who Biggie is. Not knocking anybody for what they do, but they wanted everything to be that now, all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
No balance. Yeah,
You
that's
remember
the
that,
problem.
Ace?
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I remember all of that. I would say again, back to our foundation and like our single white green. What was the concept of white green? Exactly what we talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? Selling out for money and staying true to yourself. To me, that was the core of that record. And it's still profound to this day. You know what I'm saying? The industry's wicked. They went to devil worshiping, to making brothers hate each other. You know what I'm saying? Through the music. All the music does nowadays is perpetuate brothers killing brothers. In our day, we had NWA, but we also had counterbalances. Now it's flooded with that other message or that other side. That's what we here to do right now. We bringing the balance back. Wonder wanted us to do this. You know what I'm saying? And this was his, up until he was transitioned out of here. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing, to fulfill the prophecy and to bring back the balance to this game. And that's what I think, I don't think, I know me and my brothers are doing right now with this project. And I'm so proud of it.
So
It's a fine line with that too. Because, hold up.
Yeah.
It's a fine line with that too. Like we ain't sitting here for people that don't know us and they never heard of us. We ain't just no good guy rapping in a rhyme. No, we assassin. We'll do all kind of stuff. Run you over with a car, but it's in rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't take it wrong. Like we wasn't like super killer MCs, but we'll do all kinds of stuff to you
Right.
in rhyme form. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't
No,
want
I feel
nobody to
you.
get that picture like, oh, this is all just some happy rappers and all the good side of the fence. No, in the rhyme, I'm
Be anything.
No, we straight killers. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
it comes to
Yeah.
damn pen game,
I'm
don't get
gangster
it,
for
don't
it
get
in the
it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And
rhyme.
even if you want to go street side, we've always been
Yeah,
about the work. You know what I'm saying? But we saying we always aware of the messaging and stand on code as far as what we are as artists. You know what I'm saying? And staying true to our creative and not letting the corporate come in and hijack what we're doing.
Yeah.
But it's what you said, H, is balance at the end of it all. Like, to
Right.
me, I think it's important that not only do we say it, it's just like, hey, I could be as mild mannered as the next, but you don't want to cross me though. Like, it's just different. And I think we all are like that to a degree, right? So talk to me about the prototype though. H, I'll start with you, bro. Talk to me about just your thoughts on it and what's good.
You know what? Let Dev kick that one off, man. I've been running my mouth a little bit. Let
It's
Dev.
all good. We want to hear it. We want to hear it. We want to hear it.
No, you got.
Yeah, you go. You already on the road. Go, baby.
What's that?
No,
Dad, what's good with the prototype? H is giving you an interview. He asked you about the prototype. What's going on with the prototype, man?
The prototype, the song, it's about basically it touches on basically your last question, right? Like the prototypical MC, the prototypical music, the foundational building. We could go street, as they calling it, hood. We got intelligence, we got all of that. But it all came from this prototype MC, where you had how would I say? You had the intelligence, you had the street, you had the balance, man. That's basically how you put it. But the MCs that are coming out now, a lot of them are cloning. And what we mean by cloning is like, instead of like, oh, I see what he did, I'm gonna do something like this. Or I'm gonna add this to that or that. No, everybody's like, oh, that's what they're doing. Well, I'm gonna do exactly like that. I'm gonna be exactly like this. Oh, I'm gonna be like him. The prototype MC is you'll hear everybody that's out right now on the record because it's the foundation of anything you hear now, if that makes sense.
Hey. That sound fire to me. So when is it dropping? If is it out right now? Like what's good?
We dropping it this week.
When?
Yeah,
What'd you say? Say when?
I said we dropping it this week. Nah, we
When?
delayed it.
Hold up,
We
let me
delayed
use
it
the
because a
good
couple
ear.
things
What was
happened.
that again?
What?
This week,
What?
What?
this week, it'll be out by the end of the week. You know,
What?
we had to do some changes in the background. That's just doing some editing changes and stuff. Want to drop the video at the same time we drop the music. Had
Damn,
a few
like
pieces.
that?
Yeah,
You
we had
got
a few.
you got visuals for it already, and you just gonna
Man.
bam drop them both.
Yeah, we got visuals, everything for it.
Hey, spoiler alert, we 5 videos in and we about to shoot part 4.
What?
Yeah, so spoiler,
Yeah.
you know, this is the adjustments you make with the technology. I want to tap in on the prototype. The prototype MC is the MC. What falls into that is originality, right?
Yeah.
You got the archetypes, and I always say Houdini is the archetypes to a lot of this because they was 1982. They predate Run DMC. However, the prototype MC, we come from the archetypes, and this is the standard of tradition that people want to be upon. And the prototypes is sort of it's at a point in life where the MCs we spoke about in the industry that's dealing with the 360s, some people call them industry implants, some people call them perpetrators, some people call them fake ass hip hoppers. We call them clones. And the prototype, what they're trying to do is they're trying to clone the prototype MC. So what we're trying to do is, as well as we're trying to bring the balance to all of that. And as prototypical MCs, what we're doing is we're aligning ourselves with all the prototypical MCs. So every prototype MC out there from coast to coast that have the same standards, the same traditions, the same value, believe everything you spit is a classic. This is in the core of us. And then you have some that's just manufactured, which is the clones. So the prototype is basically, we are the prototype MC off the original assembly, but then you have a whole bunch of clones after that, before that, and right now as we speak. And they may call them implants, they may call them what they want, but I believe them as clones. I call them as clones. They're like AI. You know,
Yeah, I
AI
mean, but fellas, is it and I think we're all hip hop heads, so I feel like we really and truly know this to our core. We could tell the clones from the real shit. No matter what, who puts out what, why, where, how, whatever the case may be, y'all, and the real ones out there could tell the difference.
Yeah.
And that's the purpose.
Putting this, anybody else want to speak on that? Yeah, I mean, that's, we want to make sure we get out there and just get everybody understanding. Look, this is no disrespect to whomever else, but this is how it starts. This is the foundation, right? And if you move forward from there with the strong foundation, then everything else is easier.
No doubt. So, fellas, the prototype clearly will be on my radio station. It will get that good, consistent radio play, which I feel like is important in this day and age. It even runs deeper than just dropping in and hope somebody, hope the streams be what it is. It runs a lot deeper than that. So, I want to ask y'all about just the art of marketing and media right now, because a lot of people believe in, you know what, if I put it online, it's gonna go viral and then I'll be making hella money by then. But we all know that shit ain't true. So I'll start with Manslaughter. So what are your thoughts about just the push that I feel like we all need when it comes to that? Like, it's not just my radio station. Like, I want to go share with other neighboring markets because to me, I think the record's so important. What are your thoughts about just all this shit?
Uh, well, first off, we just gonna be who we are, man, and rock how we rock. As true Funkytown Pros, and fall into this new thing of streams and all this, and hopefully people, go ahead and do what they supposed to do and open their ears up and hear this real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You guys want to jump in?
I would say nowadays in this media, yeah, it's not that simple. You can't just jump out and be like I agree with what Manslaughter says. You got to be what you are. You got to do what you do, right?
Right.
And then once we get it out there, we got to kind of do like we did back in the day. It may not be the same places and the same thing, but it's the same tactic. You got to reach out to people. You got to be wherever they say. Drop the clubs. Go to clubs. Go to functions. Get in everybody's ear. Let them know you're here. Let them know you're on the radio. They got to know. You got to constantly engage with your audience. Um, Dropping a record and just like, yeah, it's out and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
It's it's hard. You got to hope that somebody just makes it go viral at that time.
I'm gonna tap in what Dev said. As far as marketing and promotion, it's more than just uploading it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
First of all, when I take the music, I look at the music as the soundtrack to our lifestyle, right? So if the music is soundtrack to our lifestyles, how do we present it and how we put it out there to the people? Now, when I was anti-social media till this year. I never had a social media page until we started doing this year. Me looking in on it and looking at social media and the access that it gives us. And when I say us, I'm talking about everybody in general that's trying to do it. The bottom line is access is the most important thing you can do for any artist. Get them out to as many people as you can. The thing is, you can't promise them streams. You don't promise them downloads. You don't promise them sales. That's not really the access is getting it out there. The people is going to determine whether they like it or not. So it's different, but it's different, but the bottom line is the same. It's how can we push this product? The beautiful thing about technology and social media, you really don't know what the product is. The product could be anything. It'll manifest itself. But at the same time, you push forward every day to push the needle forward. You get on those phones. You talk to college radio. It's good coming from a time where there was a lot of footwork, but we are able to create a buzz stronger through social media in the backyard before you even go outside. So there is some pluses to it, but it's the bottom line is it's hard work, which is putting the album together. And it's always hard work after the hard work. If you constantly push forward, if you constantly grind the stone, if you constantly push it out there, you constantly get the most access possible, it will translate into a business. And what we're doing is we're actually becoming corporate. We're becoming the machine. We're the adults in the room. When we were children, we relied on people to pave our way for us. Now we're in a position with technology to pave the way for ourselves and open the doors for the future K-Borns, the future H2 bosses, future Manslaughters, Boy Wonders, Rakims, LLs. The future is, I see it as a whole, but at the same time, if you're relying strictly on sales and if you're relying strictly on streams, you're gonna have to do something else because it's more than that. It's a lot of hard work that goes into it. And the reason why we on Nexxlegacy Live with Charlie Mack tonight is because we push the needle forward every day. We wouldn't be on here if we wouldn't work on it every day. And I think that's a testament to being on this show tonight, and that's a testament to hard work.
Yeah, and the facts remain. It's gonna continue to. I mean, we all need allies. Like, I mean, you can go through life, personally and professionally, man. You're not gonna do this shit by yourself. You can't. There's no way you could do this
unless you Dante and Dante's Peak.
For real. But no, the facts though, and that's why I think it's important. Like in y'all Manslaughter, y'all just now getting to know me. But when y'all do, y'all gonna see what time it is. But allies is this right here. Like, and to me, I always feel like it's weird that us folks don't invest in ourselves like we should to a degree, right? Like, you know, but then when we all come together, nobody can't stop us. So the reason, you know, fact remains is why people ain't doing this shit often. They should, but it all depends on, you know, who you connect with. And if you are like-minded and if you still got that hustler's mentality like you're supposed to. Because my business, I'll live and die for this shit. This is what I do.
Well, you know, you got to work every day to be here where you at today.
Damn right. Exactly. But people don't understand that this is something that, again, and I will say this again because people don't feel what I mean. This is just like my kid. I will live for this. I will also die for this.
Correct.
And if people don't have that mentality of putting in the kind of work that you need to put in order for you to be more, do more, share it. I don't want this shit by myself. I want to share it with y'all. But a lot of people don't know or understand like the mission that comes with it. Like you said, it's you got to work on top of work on top of work on top of work and let that be what it is. So, you know, it's just like you said about social media. I had a love affair with it too. I loved it. I hated it. You know, it just, you know, that was like an ex.
Well,
I
you
love
live
that
it.
girl. And I
live
can't
and die.
fucking
You
stand
live
that
and die
bitch
by
too
it.
at the same time.
Right.
Like real shit.
Damn,
Like
yeah, that's how
facts
rap
though.
is. Right. That's how the
But
music.
yeah,
I
you know,
used to love her.
when it comes to
Are
business,
you for real? She was so good to me. And then she wasn't. And then I gotta cut that bitch off real quick. And then it is what it is. But just saying, it's hot. It's hot and cold at the same time. But you just gotta work. You gotta know how to, you know, the word of the day for us is adjust.
Adjust. Gotta make the That's a good
For
word.
real. All right. So listen, fellas, prototypes dropping. I feel good about it. Y'all feel good about it. Y'all got visuals for days and clearly. So y'all have prepared for what y'all prepared for. So one of the things that I want to ask y'all individually, because to me, I think is important when it comes to that. And we talked about so much throughout this you know, this beginning of this campaign for y'all, like not just the prototype, but just in general. I want y'all to just recap just y'all visually, look at y'all lives and y'all careers and y'all highs and lows and all that shit. This music thing means everything to you. Why? And I'll start with K.
I'm gonna say in a nutshell, you know, well, it's not really a nutshell, but in a nutshell, I love it. You know, it's something I was attracted to. But I come from, you know, my humble beginnings starts off in a foster home. So coming to hip hop and for somebody to like you for what you do, for to create something from nothing. You know, this is even before I was always in love with it because I'm a student of the craft, and I deem myself as a historian. I could say I'm literally I could run a class in hip hop at any university. However, but what it means to me and the reason why I do it is basically in a nutshell, it's for the love, but it's also therapeutic writing, and it's also a good thing to have camaraderie and just to push through it with people you love and to move forward. My ulterior motive is to see all of us on stage in Japan tearing a house down, and then jumping on the plane and going to Sydney and tear that house down, and go to Prague and tear that house down, eat some whatever they got over there and drink some vodka. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, it obviously for what we're doing today is a testament of the love. You know what I mean? So doing it and striving and letting people do it and to be judged on it takes a lot. It takes a lot to do it. So I'm gonna say in a nutshell, I do it because I love it and I'm good at it.
Facts though. And Age, before you tap in, hey, overseas they embrace the culture of hip hop heavy, like Germany, right? Like, you know, all my German folks out there though, like
Man.
this is why we are allies. And I'm just gonna let that speak for itself after this interview. But that's important. Like the importance of music culture to you, H, is what?
Man, listen. I just think that again, you know, hip hop has just been a great expression of Black culture, you know, another invention of Black people, our magnificence, our excellence, how we are innovators, you know what I'm saying? And hip hop is just another expression of that. I'm grateful to be a part of it, part of the history. You know, I was there, you know, God put me in the right place at the right time to be around these brothers, you know what I'm saying? And to hear them accolades from overseas and how it resonated with, you know, with the community, you know what I'm saying? So again, you know, we just furthering the tradition, and we ain't gonna never change the core of what this crew is, you know what I'm saying? And that's built on Grandmaster Flash, it's built on Treacherous 3, it's built on Mantronics, it's built on Houdini, it's built on UTFO, motherfucking 45 King, you dig? And cats like Tidy T and Mixed Master Spade and King T and them cats from out here, you know, we're a part of that legacy, you know, and you know, that's pretty much all I got to say on it, bro.
Dope.
Got you. Dev.
Hip hop, what does it mean? It's everything really, in the sense that it allowed you to express yourself, man. Like you can express yourself, do what you want to do, and then later on down the line, someone can ask you about what was you thinking about when you made that record? How did that come out, right? And the reality is, sometimes, guess what? I don't even know what I was thinking at that time. It was just what I was expressing,
Mm,
right? It's
mm.
just how I felt at the time. And that's the beauty of hip hop. And the other part of hip hop is it has allowed us to reach the world and change the world, and reach the masses, you know. That was I never saw that coming, because when I started doing it, I was just doing it just to I just had to express myself. I heard it, I wanted to do it. But to
Right.
me, and it sum it all up for me, hip hop is it changes the world. You know, it allowed the world to it allowed us to make it out to the world and see everything and everybody. And yeah, I'll let you go on, man. That's it.
Manslaughter, what's up, bro?
Pop for me is the most incredible invention that is still evolving. There's still scratches I'm still trying to learn how to do, and I'm 51. I've been DJing forever. Like it's never over. It's still styles and rap forms and roller coaster ride rhythms that still you can still learn.
Mhm.
If you're a singer, you sing, you learn, you know, alto, you got different, you know, but that's it. With hip hop, it just never stops. It's just a crazy creation. And also hip hop kept me out of trouble, you know. And then I had a lot of trouble. Go outside, get hit by a car, trying to go to school, whatever. Shot, drive by, all that, and all this happened. Kept me in the house practicing. You know what I'm saying? And my mom's loved that. She's like, well, let me furnish him with all the stuff that he needs because he in the house. I like that. It's safer. You know what I'm
Keep them safe.
That's
saying?
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dope.
And to keep it short and simple, you know, it's our just due. People need to know, man. We Flavor Union, all the greatest crews, man. We right there. Freestyle Fellowship, big up, salute. We right there. We one of them. And when you hear it, you'll know. Just remember, this manslaughter says so.
Hey, there it is. Hey, and I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna give y'all an opportunity to get some shout outs to y'all people, y'all basic fans, and you know, as we keeping this dedication interview slash congregation conversation going on with the pros. If it wasn't for the culture of hip hop, we probably wouldn't be talking right now. So, you know, I see that as a blessed thing, right? If
Right.
it wasn't for social media and how we are interconnected with our lines of business, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now. So it's bigger than just the culture itself. This is, definitely something about just how these pieces of who we are brought us together in a sense where the, and that's the easy part, right? Hard part is making sure we maintain this and be able to radiate this to everybody else so they can be able to understand where we're coming from in regards to that. Nobody on here is grandstanding. Nobody trying to say they better than whoever. Clearly, music is competition as well. So we're not just trying to outdo them. I'm trying to outdo myself. I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday. So it's the whole mission that people got to realize and understand when it comes to that at the end of the day. So my hat's off to y'all. But at the same time, I have the vehicle now where I can be able to provide some assistance in y'all's journey. So this is an open invitation, but also we all gonna talk offline and we're gonna do what we do. But this runs deeper than just some homeboys talking about what we talking about and trying to at least get somebody to understand where we coming from, because we're all linked up in so many different ways. And my pros legacy is watching y'all just elevate and still doing shit, because y'all could have wrapped it up in the what was it, late 80s, 90s, early 2000s and been like, all right, I'm good, I don't need to do this no more, I'm straight, I can move on to the next whatever. But y'all still doing it for a reason, and that reason manifests all that into this energy y'all bringing out tonight, and I can't thank you enough for it.
Thank you, man. Thanks for allowing us to be on your platforms.
Exactly. Hey, this is fun. This is fun, but we ain't done yet, though. I'm telling you, Germany, y'all talking about over. Germany, just get y'all passports ready, man. That's all I gotta say.
We got that ready to go.
I want to say that's Dev. Dev will leave in the text every time. Yo, sir. Good morning, sirs. Get your passport, sir. Get your passport.
See,
we ready to go.
All right, see, I love that, man. I love that. Get y'all shit ready. Let's go.
H2 Boss already an international jet setter. He's all over the place. But
that's what we do, man. That's what we do, for sure.
H started off this conversation in the dark, and he was like, man, I got to go put some light on to this thing, and I got to make sure everybody can see what the fuck I'm doing right now. So that's what it is. But that's what's up. Because I thought you was in the back cave for a hot minute. Like, oh, man,
we live in the dungeon. We live in the dungeon. Underground.
That's what it is.
K1 gonna tell you about that in the song.
Oh, for sure.
That's what it is. Hey, I'm gonna start with Dev. Dev, give some shout outs to whoever you want to give shout outs to, because we still do that thing here, bro.
Oh man, shout out to all the fans out there, son and daughter, True, Adia, family. Shout out to one that ain't here, G, Mike. Man, just appreciate it. Love y'all.
Slaughter, give your shout outs, bro.
Shout out to everybody all over the world, family, St. Louis, Texas, NY, where the foundation started, Miami, everybody, man. All that Memphis, all that, man. Shout out to the world.
I can't miss one thing. I
give a bonus shout out. So there you go, Dave.
I can't miss. One just brother, Romance, man. Romance has been one of our biggest supporters. He's been behind us 100%. Shout out to him, to Moms, to Otis. I had to get him a shout out. Thank you.
Oh yeah, man, and it's super cool. H, before you tap in, it's super cool that he's out there keeping, these streams lit with conversation and content and stuff like that. So I can't thank him enough. And like I said, I didn't know he was going to join us, but I just felt right just making sure that we acknowledged and we started off our session with dedication to one. So that's love right there. Go ahead, Slaughter.
Oh no, that's a one.
One. There it is. There it is. H, shout outs, bro.
Well, peace to my Funkytown brethren. K-Born, Manslaughter, Devastating, Freestyle, Rooster, Homicide. You understand me? Honorable mention. Peace to my Solar Panel brothers, DJ Khalil, Combo, Krondine, La Faye, my people Chase Infinite, and all my West Coast family out here that's been supporting the pros since the beginning and still there for us. You dig?
That's what's up. That's what's up. K-Born.
I want to give a shout out first to Charlie Mack, Charles at Nexxlegacy Live. I want to give a shout out to Greedy Greg for making this happen. I want to shout out to my day ones, Big E, Red, Big Ant, Dirty. Bat made all this happen for me to come to be here, possibly to be here at this point. I want to shout out the pros. Rest in peace, Wonder, Manslaughter, H2 Boss, Devastate. I want to shout out Freestyle. I want to shout out everybody that's checking us out right now, and I definitely want to shout out those who's definitely going to support the culture and push it forward. I want to shout out Doc Ice from UTFO. If you're watching this right now, Doc, thank you for everything you did for me. And definitely, I could go on with shout outs, but I want to shout out my wife, my kids. I want to shout out Coco and Knight back here barking and stuff like that. I'm excited. I'm excited. I want to shout out Ocean. I want to shout out Def Jeff. You ain't here. I want to shout out the Soul Brothers.
Shout out to
Peace to
Jeff,
Def
Soul
Jeff.
Brothers.
Peace to Def Jeff.
Hey, if you holler at Doc.
AMZ, I done hit you up earlier. Also, another one, Mellow Man Ace, you hit me up. We definitely gonna talk after this interview.
Hey, if you holler at Doc Ice, man, I interviewed that guy back in 2011, and that was probably one of the, another lit situation.
Doc Ice, he's a Brooklyn cat. He's definitely.
He probably don't even remember who I am, but if he goes back online, because it's somewhere online, he goes back and run that shit back. It was madness. It was in a good way. So shout out to him.
Hey, you know what?
Mark, and we can't forget Mark Love. We can't forget Matt Robb. Matt Robinson.
Mark Love, Matt Robb.
Matt Robinson made it happen. Like
Dane Mooney.
That's how we got out. Matt Robb.
Danger Bro from Gumbo is so
B.O.B.
much.
MC Threat.
B.O.B. Oh yeah, Threat.
The Deadly Threat. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to shout out. You know what I'm saying? The list could go on.
Hey, that's what it is. Hey, but the Funkytown legacy is here, y'all. I'm telling you, like, we got a lot to talk about offline, but I can't thank you enough for tapping in and just, you know what I'm saying, being a part of a conversation. I try not to ask hella questions. I just let the conversation flow. And sometimes it's needed when you just kind of, you want to bounce backwards and just kind of keep it true and just let the flow be what it is. But this is the first of many, but I appreciate y'all for the legacy that y'all built back then. Cause I said this earlier, y'all could have stopped doing this shit years ago, but y'all still doing it for a reason. And let's just make that reason matter some more. It mattered then and it matters now. Let's do it some more. Let's piss off some people. I'm down. Y'all down?
Real quick, I want to shout out to Romance for always supporting us, and I want to give a shout out to Boy Wonder, R.I.P. I know you looking down on us. Also, I want to say shout out to Peace from Freestyle Fellowship. They lost one, you know what I'm saying, and just keep striving. West Coast hip hop. We here to bring the balance. Prototype, all streaming platforms.
Prototype is going down.
Yeah, one last thing. Go to Mental Lab. Mental Lab on YouTube.
Mental Lab Recordings.
Yeah. Solo.tv, Funkytown Pros. What's the hit? K1. What's the solo?
You can go to. We have a site. Solo. SOLO.TO FUNKYTOWNPROS. Solo.2/Funkytown Pros. You can check us out on all streaming platforms, everything we got out there.
Hey, before we close the door, D Money 4482 and a bunch of other people sent me messages or whatever with that same question right there. If y'all can't see it, when the next show? So we might have to do something. We might have to do a little something a little later.
We working on it.
Man, let us know, man.
We might have to turn this into a thing. You know what I mean? So we might have to. We might have to. Collaboration incoming. God damn it. That's what it is. So, hey,
whenever you're ready, man, give us a shout out, brother. Thank you so much.
I'm here. We'll have conversation, but listen, this is y'all's platform now. Y'all fucking took it over. Y'all took it over. Y'all people, y'all kick back. Y'all like that uncle that just stays at the house on the couch. And just you know what I mean? Just got socks on the floor.
Man,
you know how it is.
You done drank out the juice out the refrigerator.
but we'll refill everything though. We'll bring something.
There it is. Hey, I can't thank y'all enough, man. Y'all be easy, be safe. Until the next hit. You know what I mean? Y'all keep it true.
Okay, Dev is gonna send you the
Yeah.
I was gonna say Dev is gonna send you the prototype so you can have it. the radio. We're gonna give you a radio
Oh
version.
man, hey, just when you send it, I still want to stream that thing too. So when it's released, I'm gonna do a whole little thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so we'll definitely
Hey, I used to get, you know, tape CDs, you know what I mean, from whole albums, and you know, hey, I pay what I owe. So, you know, I'm trying to go do that thing and support y'all, invest in y'all. That's what it is.
I appreciate that. We
And,
appreciate
But hey, Germany though.
it. Prague,
Just
baby.
saying.
We all gonna
Just
be
saying.
there.
Let's make it happen.
Get your passports ready.
Yo, Germany,
I'm
we ready.
just saying. I'm just
Thank
saying.
you, sir.
Peace.
Peace, y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe, hit up what you need to hit up. Appreciate all y'all for tapping in. This is Charles with Nexxlegacy Radio saying so long until the next hit.